Good evening, teachers. So this is another presentation of our Let Review, and this will talk about Philippine history. Okay, so this is our review for September 2023 Let examination. Okay, so let's start. Question number one: on which year was the arbitral ruling which favored the Philippines on the South China Sea dispute issued? A. 2018, B. 2016, C. 2017, and D. 2015. Okay, so ang sagot ay 2016. Letter B. Okay, so the on July 12, 2016, the arbitral tribunal released its ruling on the Philippines case against China. Okay, so the judges ruled there was no legal basis for Beijing to claim the historic rights. What is that historic rights? That the nine dash line map. Okay, so according to the article that I've read from Rappler.com, when the arbitral tribunal handed down its decision on July 12, 2016, China even belittled the ruling. Okay, they said that it's just a paper, and they consider it null and void since they itself China itself did not participate in the arbitration. Okay? Ang binabasihan kasi ng China is the nine dash line map. So as you can see here. So according to the tribunal ruling, China's nine dash line map has no basis in fact and in law. Okay? So because the exclusive economic zone generally extending 200 nautical miles beyond a nation territorial sea, in which a coastal nation has jurisdiction over both living and non-living resources. Okay, so ito kasi yung basis ng China na i-claim talaga nila yung South China Sea because of this nine dash line map. But uh, hindi na po ito basihan, no? This is no longer the basis because the basis for the exclusive economic zone is the 200 nautical miles. Okay? So the answer here is 2016. Solved na po sana tong kasong ito, kaso lang hindi dumalo si China during the arbitral ruling. Okay? So number two, who led the first Philippine Commission? A. Jacob Scorman, B. Dean Worcester, C. Charles Derby, and D. Wesley Merritt. Okay, so the answer is Jacob Scorman. Okay, so as you can see here, I have it still included the picture, okay, for best retention para maalala nyo talaga. Okay, so the Scorman Commission, also known as the first Philippine Commission, was established by United States President William McKinley on January 20, 1899. Okay? Number three tayo, who established the Republika ng Katagalugan? A. Miguel Malvar, B. Macario Sakay, C. Vicente Lucban, and D. Simeon Ola. Okay, ang sagot ay letter B, Macario Sakay. Siya po ang nag-establish, no, ng Republika ng Katagalugan. Okay? So with the help of other Katipuneros, Macario Sakay, this one, established the Republika ng Katagalugan in the mountains of southern Luzon. Okay? Number four, who led the Americans in the Battle of, okay, Manila Bay? Okay, so A. Spencer Pratt, B. William McKinley, and C. George Dewey, and D. Wesley Merritt. Okay, the answer is George Dewey. Okay, so the Battle of Manila Bay on May 1, 1898, the U.S. Navy defeated the Spanish Pacific Fleet, resulting in the fall of the Philippines under American. Okay, so this is George Dewey. All right. Number five, site of the first major attack of the KKK against the Spanish forces. A. Montalban, B. Maragondon in Cavite, C. San Juan del Monte, and D. Balintawak. Okay? Ang sagot ay letter C, San Juan del Monte. Okay, so the Battle of San Juan del Monte, also known as the Battle of Pinaglabanan, took place on August 30, 1896. It is considered as the first major battle of the Philippine Revolution. Okay, number 6. The following are among the 8 provinces that first defied and revolted against the Spaniards, which does not belong to the group. A. Pangasinan. B. Cavite. C. Laguna. D. Nueva Ecija. Okay, let us see the answer. It's letter A, Pangasinan. Okay, so the 8 rays of the Philippine flag represents the first 8 provinces that courageously defied and revolted against the Spaniards, which includes Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Tarlac, Batangas, Laguna, and Nueva Ecija. Okay, number 7. Juan Luna is without doubt the most famous and celebrated artist in the Philippine history. The following are his works, except for one: A. Spoliarium, B. Las Virgenes Cristianas Expuestas al Populacho, C. La Batalla de Lipanto, and D. The Parisian Life. Okay, so the answer is letter B. Okay, let us review the question. No? Okay, so the following daw are the works of Juan Luna except one. Okay, so among the choices, may isa daw dito na hindi works of Juan Luna, and that is letter B. Las Virgenes Cristianas Expuestas al Populacho. Okay, so this is a work of art by Felix Resurrection Hidalgo. Okay, and number 8, he is known for being the first editor of the La Solidaridad and one of the most prominent members of the propaganda movement. Okay, A. Jose Maria Panganiban, B. Pedro Paterno, C. Marcelo del Pilar, and D. Graciano Lopez Haina. Okay, the answer is Graciano Lopez Haina. Okay, so the La Solidaridad became the principal organ of the propaganda movement, founded on February 15, 1889, and existed up until November 15, 1895. Okay, so, and its first editor was Graciano Lopez Haina, but he was soon succeeded by Marcelo H. Del Pilar after his death due to tuberculosis. Number 9, oppressive rule of the Spanish colonizer did not go without resistance from our ancestors, who called himself King of Pangasinan and incited people to rebel against the unjust policies of the Spaniards. A. Andres Malong, B. Pedro Ladia, C. Francisco Maniago, and D. Juan Ponce Somoroy. Okay, ang sagot ay Andres Malong. Okay, so Andres Malong was the leader of the short-lived but devastating revolt in Pangasinan in 1660 to 1661. A native of Binalatungan, Pangasinan, Malong was the province master of camp, the governor's right-hand man in dealing with the natives. So he was a Timawa, okay? And an Augustinian account described him as highly intelligent and clever. Although it was his job as a master of camp to impress upon his fellow Pangasinenses the advantages of having the Spaniard overload, he had other ideas. Okay, unknown to his Spanish masters, he was sowing the seeds of revolt in the minds of the people. Okay, so it was Andres Malong. Okay, number 10. Which of these epics came from Maranao people? A. Darangen, B. Biag ni Lamang, C. Handiong, D. Hudhud. Okay, the answer is Darangen. Okay, so the Darangen is an ancient epic song that encompasses a wealth of knowledge of the Maranao people who lived in the Lake Lanao region of Mindanao. Okay, so the southernmost island of the Philippine archipelago is the traditional homeland of the Maranao, and the one of the country's three main Muslim groups comprising 17 cycles and a total of 72,000 lines. The Darangen celebrates episodes from Maranao history and the tribulations of mythical heroes. Okay, number 11. There are different theories on the people or the in the Philippines. So who was behind the development of the core population theory? A. Henry Otley Beyer. B. Felipe Landa Hocano. C. Robert Fox. And D. Manuel Santiago. The answer is Felipe Landa Hocano. Okay, so the less rigid version of the earlier wave migration theory is the core population theory, first proposed by anthropologist Felipe Landa Hocano. Okay, our answer, from the University of the Philippines. So this theory holds that there weren't clear, discrete waves of migration. Instead, it suggests early inhabitants of Southeast Asia, where the same ethnic group with similar culture, but through a gradual process over time, driven by environmental factors, differentiated themselves from one another. Okay, so P- Felipe Landa Hocano was the one, no, behind the development of the core population theory. Number 12, in Philippine mythology, what do we call the moon-eating creature that is believed to cause natural occurrences such as eclipses and earthquakes? A. Bakunawa, B. Sigbin, C. Tamawo, and D. Tikbalang. The answer is Bakunawa. Okay, so the Bakunawa is usually depicted serpent-like dragon in the Philippine mythology, and it is believed by early Filipinos to be the cause of eclipse, earthquakes, rains, and wind. Number 13, Spanish colonizers implemented policies that were abusive. Which of this refers to the forced sale of local products to the government at government dictated prices? A. Tributo, B. Polo, C. Kabisa, and D. Bandala. The answer is Bandala. Okay, so the government imposed the Bandala system to increase the funds for wars against European explorers. Number 14, the first group of Catholic missionaries who came to the Philippines are the A. Dominicans, B. Augustinians, C. Jesuits, and D. Franciscans. The answer is Augustinians. Okay, so let us know, okay, the sequence, no, of the Catholic missionaries who came to the Philippines. Okay, so first, the Augustinians, the first missionaries who arrived with Legazpi in Cebu in 1565. Then after the Augustinians, Franciscans followed in 1578. And then third, the Jesuits, the fourth, the Dominicans, and the fifth, the Augustinian recollects. Okay, so number 15, who was the governor general who signed the death sentence of Gomborza? Gomez Burgos Zamora. Okay, so A. Carlos Maria de la Torre, B. Rafael Izquierdo, C. Fernando Primo de Rivera, and D. Narciso Claveria. The answer is letter B, Rafael Izquierdo. Okay, so he was the governor general during the 1872 Cavite Mutiny, which led to the execution of 41 of the mutineers, including the Gomborza martyrs. Izquierdo also acted as Governor General of Puerto Rico from March 1862 to April 1862. Number 16, Diaryong Tagalog is a nationalistic daily newspaper founded by A. Marcelo del Pilar, B. Jose Rizal, C. Graciano Lopez Haina, and D. Antonio Maria Regidor. Okay, the answer is letter A, Marcelo del Pilar. Okay, so it was the Diaryong Tagalog was founded by Marcelo H. del Pilar, Basilio Teodoro Moran, and Pascual H. Poblete in 1882, and Francisco Calvo y Munoz funded the printing of the newspaper, and the Diario Tagalog was the first newspaper to publish articles urging government reform and denouncing the abuse of the Spanish. Number 17, which of the following is incorrect? A. Jose Rizal, Honto Al Pasig, B. Graciano Lopez Haina, Fray Botod, C. Marcelo del Pilar Dasalan at Tuksuhan, and D. Andres Bonifacio sa aking mga kabata. Okay, the answer is letter D. Andres Bonifacio sa aking mga kabata. The question is, which of the following is incorrect or not correct? Okay, so the two works of Bonifacio were published in the Kalayaan, Pag-ibig sa Tinubuang Lupa, and ang dapat mabatid ng mga Tagalog. Sa aking mga kabata ay tula ni Jose Rizal. Okay, so therefore, mali po itong letter D. It is incorrect. Number 18, who is known as the first Supremo of the KKK or Katipunan? A. Andres Bonifacio, B. Roman Basa, C. Ladislao Diwa, and D. Diodato Arellano. The answer is letter D. Diodato Arellano. Okay, so Diodato Arellano E. de la Cruz was a Filipino propagandist and the first president of the Katipunan, which was founded at his home in Azcaraga Street, Claro Imrecto Avenue today, Manila. He was first to be given the title Supremo by the Katipunan. Number 19, Filipinos use pen names to hide their identity from Spanish authorities and avoid being caught. What is the pen name used by Pio Valenzuela? A. Madlang Away, B. Agapito Magumbayan, C. Luang Laan, and D. Tikbalang. The answer is letter A, Madlang Away, the pen name of Pio Valenzuela. Okay, see, so he used the nom de guerre de mas ayaran, untouchable in the movement, shortly after his induction. So Pio Valenzuela moved to San Nicolas district in Manila so he could supervise the publication of the secret society's official organ, where he also wrote articles using the nom de plume madlang away or public conflict. Okay, number 20. Which event led to the discovery of KKK by Spanish authorities? A. Rizal's exile in Dapitan. B. Cry of Pugad Lawin. C. Betrayal of the Magdalo faction. And D. Confession of Teodoro Patino. The answer is letter D. It's the confession of Teodoro Patino, which led to the discovery of the KKK by the Spanish authorities. So the Katipunan was discovered when Teodoro Patino, who was a member of the society, told his sister about it. Okay, and his sister was upset about this news and confessed to the mother superior of the orphanage where she lived. And the one thing led to another, and it reached the parish priest of Tondo. Okay, 21. What gave way for Emilio Aguinaldo to lead the revolutionary government? A. Imos Assembly, B. Acta de Tejeros, C. Tejeros Convention, and D. Nike Military Agreement. The answer is letter C. Tejeros Convention. Okay, so the Spanish crackdown led to a series of victories against Andres Bonifacio and the Katipunan that Aguinaldo was quick to take advantage of at the Tijeros Convention in March 1897 to force the Katipunan into his new revolutionary government. Okay? 22, who was the mediator between the Spanish authorities and the revolutionary movement of Aguinaldo? A. Isabelo Artaco, B. Pedro Paterno, C. Mariano Trias, and D. Antonio Montenegro. The answer is letter B, Pedro Paterno. Okay, so with Pedro Paterno, a noted Filipino intellectual and lawyer, mediating Aguinaldo representing the revolutionists, and Governor General Fernando Primo de Rivera representing the Spanish colonial government. So the Pact of Biak na Bato was concluded. 23. Which of the following terms equates with amnesty? A. Pardon, B. Advice, C. Support, and D. Punishment. The answer is, of course, pardon. Okay, so the pardon is a government decision to allow a person to relieve of some or all of the legal consequences resulting from a criminal conviction. So a pardon may be granted before or after conviction for the crime depending on the laws of the jurisdiction. 24. Who wrote the Acta de la Proclamación de Independencia del Pueblo Filipino? A. Ambrosio Rianzares Bautista, B. Isabelo Artaco, C. Emilio Aguinaldo, and D. Apolinario Mabini. The answer is letter A, Ambrosio Rianzares Bautista. Okay, so he was born in Binian, Laguna to Gregorio Bautista and Silvestra Altamera. He is best known as the author of the Acta de la Proclamación de Independencia del Pueblo Filipino, or an act of proclamation of independence of the Filipino people. Okay, 25, the last number. Who is known as the father of the Malolos Constitution? A. Pedro Paterno, B. Benito Ligarda, C. Felipe Calderon, and D. Gregorio Aranita. The answer is letter C, Filipino Calderon. Felipe, rather. It's Felipe Calderon. Okay, so Calderon was a Filipino lawyer, politician, and intellectual known as the father of Malolos Constitution. So Felipe Gonzalez Calderon y Roca. Okay, so that would be all for this presentation. It is just a very short explanation because um, it is so common, no, the Philippine history. Okay, you know this way back from your elementary to high school. We have this Philippine history. This is just a review. So parang um, dinalian ko na. Okay, kasi this is very the people in here, the people involved in here are very familiar to us. Okay, so I hope that you will still get something from here that you can use during your let examination on September 2023. Okay, so future teachers, good luck.